Welcome back to What I Wish I Knew. In this segment, we are going to discuss homeschooling through high school and some basics of it. This topic is huge, and we could talk about it for weeks. We hope to just give you some basic thoughts and point you in the right direction. In a previous segment, we mentioned that as we homeschool through the years, we gain a certain confidence in our ability to do so. For many people, the threshold of high school with their oldest presents a real shaking of the confidence foundation. It is easy to get overwhelmed and feel really inadequate. If you are in that place, know that you are not alone. Entering the world of homeschooling high school has rattled many a confident homeschooling mom.
The key ingredient that I have found is acquiring information balanced with the peace of the Lord. There is so much to learn, and sometimes it even seemed that the information I heard was contradictory. Someone would say AP classes are the way to go, and others would say, no, they're not all the way to go. What's a homeschooling mom to think? Just as it was important to develop your personal philosophy about what is important to you in the early years of homeschooling, the same thing applies to the high school journey. There are going to be different approaches that you can take in terms of the rigors of academics, types and formats of classes that they can take, and many more issues. So begin to educate yourself. Try to find a veteran homeschool mom who has walked the path before you. But most importantly, try to balance your information search with the peace of the Lord. Learning to navigate the high school waters and understanding the ins and outs is a bit of a steep learning curve, so be patient with yourself and trust that the Lord will give you the information as you need it. I can tell you, having walked the path myself and feeling quite shaken when my oldest was entering 9th grade, that you will gain a sense of confidence once again.
When planning our students' high school classes, some of it is playing the game of prepping them for college in terms of what types of classes colleges are looking for. One of the most helpful resources that I found in my initial information search was a document on the Homeschool Legal Defense Association's website. I have placed the link in this blog post. In this document, they have 3 categories: general high school classes, college prep classes, selective college prep classes. Then they laid out how many credits you should have for each subject based on your end goal. It was a great visual for me and helped point me in the right direction. Their whole website has lots of really great information for homeschooling through high school. Now, not every child is going to want to go to college, but it's probably best to approach their high school years with the goal that they can go to college if they so desire. Some of my children have expressed more of an interest in attending college than others. However, my strategy with all of them has been at least to position them to go. Having said that, I don't think college is the only or necessary choice for all students. There are lots of other great opportunities out there. Be prayerful with and for them about their future.
One of the absolute best advantages of homeschooling through high school is allowing your student to explore their interests and gifts. A student who loves horses and large animals can spend whole days shadowing a vet as they make their rounds to different barns. A child who is interested in graphic design can take online classes with highly qualified teachers from around the country. For those students that are highly academic and love to challenge themselves, there are lots of options available for them as well. There are so many avenues for learning in the high school grades. We are so blessed to be homeschooling at a time where there are quality materials available from online classes, great video courses, and excellent and engaging textbooks.
Although it can be challenging and overwhelming at first, the high school years are exciting in the aspect that your students are maturing and growing in all the areas that you have been talking to them about since they were just little ones. They are beginning to think critically, have deep discussions and thought, and develop deep relationships. Sometimes walking along the road with them as they wrestle with what they believe and what they are going to do about it can be rocky, but it really is a privilege to spend time with them and watch them grow into the men and women that the Lord is calling them to be.
Sometimes being a homeschool mom of high schoolers can be challenging and overwhelming. It is a big responsibility. When I find that I'm taking on the responsibility myself and not giving it over to the Lord, I remind myself that even though I desire for my children to walk with the Lord and in His purposes for their lives, even more so than me, the Lord deeply desires for my children to walk with Him and fulfill the purpose He has instilled in them. Praying for my high schooler, trusting the Lord to lead and guide them, and to give me wisdom to walk alongside them is the goal of each day.
Psalm 31:14